So one of the things that I do, there's a couple things that'll help with this. One is I generally am not writing new fiction for anything but one project at a time. This is because it just helps me keep my focus. Sometimes I can be doing revisions on something else while I'm writing new fiction. If I'm ever doing some new fiction on one thing and on another at the same time, it is because they're wildly different projects with very different tone and voice. I find that one of the most important things for creating a story that we don't talk a lot about is the non-writing time that your subconscious spends working on your story. Those moments while you're taking a shower or driving to the store or things like this when you're kind of noodling on your story a little bit but not really working on it, that time is really valuable, I have found. It helps problem solve and smooth out character arcs and things like this. So when I sit down to write, I'm doing a better job of it. And I find that if I divide my attention between multiple projects, in the moment, it's not as hard, but that subconscious time, that time that my mind is working, is then divided and it just does not work as well. So I try to be focused on one project at a time. This means that when everything is working perfectly, I finish one project right when a revision needs to be started of another project. So I'm never even revising, if everything's perfect, a book while I'm writing on a new book. I'm doing one project at a time. This works just best for the way I am. Now, something that can mitigate that and help with that is if you happen to be an outliner, a really solid outline that you have spent some of that subconscious time on, that you have built that is really detailed, can be something that lets you drop a project and pick it up again much more easily. It doesn't work for everybody, right? Not everybody is an outliner. Not everyone uses the tools in the same way. And some people who are outliners, this might not work for. But I found, for instance, right now working on the new Skyward book, I had to do a really solid outline of Skyward 3 and 4 because I knew I was stopping for a Stormlight book in between those. And it was going to be hard to get back into the world. So I gave myself much better tools for doing so, which meant that I did a really solid outline. And I'm finding this outline is so detailed that it's a lot easier to jump around between things than it would be if I were not working from such a detailed outline. One of the things about managing projects, the further I've gotten in my career, the more I've come to understand how much a writing day gets for me on average and how much a revision day gets for me. And it lets me plan my schedule out a lot better than I could earlier in my career. And I can say, all right, I'm going to work on these 3 weeks. And then I will be in a place that makes for a good stop. So that would be a good time for a revision to come in or something like that. So planning, this all comes from practice though, and learning your own style, your own, how the tools work best for you.